What's going on, everybody? Chadley here, and in today's video we are going to be updating our debuff pyro. So a little bit has changed since our last iteration of this build. Before, we used 3 heat waves and 2 thermal bombs to apply debuffs and then eruption to kill things. Worked very well, but now, as of yesterday, I've gotten my hands on a mod that is going to add to our debuffs even more. So this is going to be slightly more co-op based, but you can solo with this setup, as just the extra damage you're going to be doing to enemies is crazy. So if you have like Shadow Comet or Moaning Winds on your weapons, you'll be able to kill things in like 2 shots. It's pretty wild how much extra damage you're going to be doing. So I just want to make this video for a quick update to what this build is going to end up looking like. But like always, I will be streaming at the time of posting this video. So if you guys want to come hang out or ask me any questions, make sure you guys come over to Twitch. Also, consider joining our Discord if you're looking for people to talk Outriders with or find people to play Outriders with. But let's go ahead and jump into this absolutely insane debuff build. So starting off with our skills, the main change is that we are no longer using Eruption because of the new mod that we have. We have to use Ash Blast, but this is going to allow you guys to do some crazy damage as a team. So we're going to be running Heatwave, obviously, for the debuffs, and then Ash Blast for the new debuff mod that we have, and then also Thermal Bomb for the branded debuffs. Now, real quick to go over our combos for these 3 skills. Most of the time, you will just be spamming these as you get them and just trying to apply as many debuffs as possible. But for single targets, maximum damage, what you guys are going to want to do is cast all 3 of your heat waves, move into both of your thermal bombs, and then finally cast your Ash Blast. You can cast these a little bit quicker if you try to move as you're casting them. For whatever reason, this happens to speed up the animation a little bit. So don't just stand there not moving and pressing your skill buttons. It's going to cast much slower, but if you hit a cast and then try to like walk forward or backwards or something, you'll be able to get out of those animations quicker and then move on to your next skill cast. Now, taking a look at our weapons, really all you're going to want is just a weapon with Fortress and then also some mod to deal damage. So you can use the Death Shield and keep Fortress on there and then throw on like Shadow Comet or Moaning Winds like I've said. And then also just another weapon that you can swap between them and get that damage mod to proc more often. So I like to use Shadow Comet. So I have the Funeral Pyre here so I can get more Shadow Comets. If you run 2 Death Shields, it's not going to work. They're going to share the Shadow Comet cooldown. So that's not really going to end up working out. And then on my other weapon, you can either run another damage mod or vulnerability. It's completely up to you. You honestly don't need the vulnerability. If you're just trying to hit the biggest number possible, then put on vulnerability. But otherwise, I like to just run another damage mod. So here on my Torment and Agony, I run Moaning Winds. But yeah, for the weapons, there's really not hard requirements. Those are just my suggestions for you guys. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our armor. Now, right here out of the gate, as you can tell, I'm wearing the Akari set. This is going to help out your damage. You don't need it though if you just want to run debuffs for your team. If you're just planning on running the debuffs so your teammates can do more damage, just get stuff with Anomaly Power, Cooldown, and then either Status Power or Skill Leech. It's completely up to you for those last 2. But otherwise, let's go ahead and jump into the specific pieces of armor that I'm wearing. So the Akari helmet, I keep Fire Tsunami on there, and then I throw on Burnt Out so we can get the debuffs on Heat Waves. The Akari chest piece, now I'm going to take off Detonator for this chest piece, and then this is the new mod that I got yesterday. It comes from the Torturer's helmet, and it's called Death Sentence. So our Ash Blast is going to increase the weapon damage and anomaly damage that enemies take affected by the skill for 5 seconds by 40% and 30% respectively. So for example, if you have a teammate running like Twisted Rounds or Blighted Rounds, they're going to deal 40% more damage. It's going to count that as weapon damage. And then you can apply this to pretty much every enemy within the area. So your teammates are just going to be able to mow through enemies no matter what kind of build they are running. And then obviously the innate perk on here, we're going to get another heat wave so we can stack up that burnt out debuffs. And then the Akari pants, we're going to keep Anomaly Echo on there, and then we're going to increase the range of Ash Blast so we can get to that Death Sentence mod to be procced on more enemies per Ash Blast cast. And then moving down to the gloves, I have Anomaly, Status Power, and Cooldown Reduction on this. That is personally my favorite, just so our burns can deal the most damage possible. And then also, I'm going to be running an extra Thermal Bomb and then Branded for the debuff on Thermal Bombs. That way we get the 80% from our 2 Thermal Bombs on 1 enemy. And then finally for our boots, these are my only piece of gear that I want to change in here. So obviously I would run Anomaly, Status, and Cooldown. And then I want Ride the Wave as the innate perk on here, so I'd still get that 3rd heat wave. And then as the other modded slot, I would end up putting the mod that allows thermal bomb to go to 2 enemies. That way you can get more debuffs per thermal bomb cast out there, and that in turn is going to help your team deal a lot more damage. But otherwise, you really don't need that mod. That's just my ideal scenario and what I will be hunting for today and tomorrow. Right here is my overall ideal setup with the mods that I would like to have. Like I said, really the only one I want to change is the boots. Now, taking a look at the skill tree, it's pretty much the same, just with a couple different changes to accommodate Ash Blast. So we're still going to start in the bottom here, grab Wildfire, go up through Extinction, and then move all the way down the middle tree towards the end, grab Magma Elemental, the cooldowns for our Ignite skills, and also enemies take more damage when they are burning. Then instead of the 2 meltdowns that we normally grabbed, we're going to take those 2 points and put it into the cooldowns for Ash Blast. So that's going to help you guys get out way more debuffs throughout your expeditions. But overall, I'm very, very happy with this skill tree setup. So real quick, I just wanted to run you guys through the start of Chem Plant so I could give you some gameplay examples. So otherwise, really all you're going to be doing is just casting your skills pretty much whenever you can and just inflicting those debuffs on enemies. Like, if you do a couple heat waves on enemies, they're just going to end up dying. It really doesn't matter. And then otherwise, shoot your damaging mods at the enemies and you'll be able to take them out easy. So right here, the Juggernaut Captain is going to get destroyed by us. So we do all of our debuffs here, and just 2 shadow comments is enough to kill the guy, and then just a little bit of burn damage. So that's what I'm saying. Even in solo play, you guys can still deal crazy damage. Now, if I was using Moaning Winds, I just don't really like using that mod personally. I just find it annoying. But if you guys can end up using it and enjoy using it, you're going to deal a lot more damage than Shadow Comet. So that is just another option if you want to deal as much damage as humanly possible. Now, real quick, I did just want to run you guys through the combo with the Agok one-shot example. So first, I'll do 3 heat waves. I like to do those first, and then I do 2 thermal bombs, and then I shot my vulnerability pistols at them, and then also the Wicker to inflict ultimate Ash. And that in turn is going to allow my teammates to do more damage when they have Ashen Boost on. Now, this was obviously taken before I got the Death Sentence mod for Ash Blast. So in this example specifically, I would still do my heat waves and 2 thermal bombs, and then I would just do Ash Blast. But yeah, this combo is super easy. It is very difficult to mess up this combo. Pretty much the hardest part is just making sure all the heat waves land. If it's a moving target, you're going to have to obviously lead your heat waves. But you guys will have absolutely no issues doing so. Yeah, overall, this build is an absolute beast for debuffing. If you guys take this into Eye of the Storm and you have like a Trickster or a Techno in your group, you guys will be able to tear through Yagok in like 1 to 2 shots, depending on how you guys set it up. It's pretty darn crazy what this build will allow you and your team to do. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this updated debuff Pyro. I seriously love running this build in groups. It's for sure my go-to for group play. If you guys did enjoy this build video, make sure to leave a thumbs up on it to let me know. Also consider subscribing for more Outriders content. And like I said at the start of the video, I will be streaming as this video goes live. So if you guys want to come hang out on Twitch, hopefully I will see you guys over there. Also, make sure you join up on that Discord. But otherwise, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next video. See ya.